In our daily life, we don't notice sidewalks much, but they are important parts of cities. They show us how civilizations changed over time. Sidewalks are not just stone paths. They tell us about how societies wanted order, how technology improved, and how public life changed. The first sidewalks started in ancient times. We can find traces of early sidewalks from 2000 BC in ancient Mesopotamia. In the city of Ur, archaeologists found stones placed next to roads. But the Romans made the best sidewalks in ancient times. Romans didn't use roads and sidewalks just for walking. They used them to show their power and organization. Roman roads were so strong and well-built that some still exist today. They put stones on both sides of roads for people to walk safely. In the middle, they left grooves for horse carriages. Interestingly, these grooves were about 143.5 centimeters wide. This width became the standard for train tracks later. English engineers kept this measurement, and it became a global standard. So, sidewalks indirectly influenced today's railway tracks. In the ancient city of Pompeii, high stone sidewalk blocks helped people cross streets. They also helped rainwater flow away from the streets. Between these stones, there were special stepping stones. People could cross streets without getting their feet wet. After Rome fell, European cities became chaotic. Medieval cities had narrow, messy, and muddy roads. There were almost no sidewalks for people to walk on. People shared the streets with horse carriages, animals, and even waste. In many European cities, people threw garbage and dirty water from windows onto the streets. This is why pedestrians would hear warning shouts like, "Gardaloo," when walking. Not having sidewalks was not just uncomfortable, it was dangerous. The Industrial Revolution began in England in the 18th century. This changed the fate of sidewalks. Cities grew quickly and populations increased. This caused serious problems between people walking and vehicles. During this time, people started taking steps for public safety. For example, in London in the 1760s, the public pressured the government. A new law made it necessary to build sidewalks along roads. But in those times, rich people walked in the middle of roads, while poor people walked on the sides. Sidewalks were a way to separate social classes. This idea disappeared over time, but it shows us how public spaces were used. In the 19th century, Baron Haussmann redesigned Paris. During this project, sidewalks became artistic and beautiful. Wide boulevards, symmetric roads, and stone sidewalks created the foundation of today's Paris. Paris sidewalks were not just walking paths. They became the main scene of café culture. There were even rules about how much space should be between a café table and the sidewalk. The term sidewalk culture entered our lives during this period. In the United States, especially in the 19th century, sidewalks became important for public health. An interesting detail: when New York first built sidewalks, some shop owners opposed them. They thought people wouldn't see their store windows. But when people could walk more safely and orderly, business actually increased. This resistance ended over time. Sidewalks developed their own hidden language over time. They became more than just transportation. They became a city language. For example, chalk writings, protests, street art, and love messages are usually written on sidewalk stones. Star sidewalks, like Hollywood Walk of Fame, can turn sidewalks into a gallery of famous people. Memory stones, like the Stolperstein project in Germany, place sidewalk stones with names of people who died during the Nazi period. With developing technology, sidewalks are becoming smart too. Some cities have sidewalks lit by solar energy, special stones that absorb heat to prevent freezing. Technology services like phone charging stations and Wi-Fi integrated into sidewalks. Cities like Singapore and Seoul use LED light strips on sidewalks for pedestrian safety, especially for people looking at their phones while walking. Sidewalks are not just stones placed beside roads. They are footprints of civilization. Sometimes they are a love letter, sometimes a voice of resistance, sometimes just a path for someone who wants to walk. Throughout history, they have changed and transformed, but they have always stayed with us. In the fast pace of modern life, we might not notice them. But with every step, they carry traces of the past and future. Sidewalks are the timeless arteries beating in the heart of cities.